Hello, everybody! Welcome to MangaPod. We are a weekly podcast in which we all get together after we've read all our parts of a manga, and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. I am Aaron, your host of Happily Aaron, or your host Aaron of Happily Aaron.
That works.
And with me are two of my three lovely hosts, and a special guest.
Toasts.
We're coasts now.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm
Coast to
Dodger.
coast.
Welcome,
The
Coast.
coast. From coast to coast. Coast.
I'm Dazza. I am the West Coast.
You're
Oh
the
my god, the jokes are so good.
well, our special guest, Dakota Coast.
Hey, Dakota Broskie Coast here.
Dakota Broskie Coast.
Koski.
Dakota Koski, yes.
That's
Dude, my
amazing.
nickname gets so many different like word changes you could do to it. There's Drunksky, there's Broski, there's Brewski, and now there's Koski.
Oh, Brewski. It's good.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm happy I didn't mess that intro up.
Oh, you did better than I did.
I was gonna be like, "Hi, I'm Powett, and I'm from Ashtown." If anybody gets that reference.
Oh, I got it. It's
Of course we
Pokemon.
get that reference.
Oh my god, this looks so cool.
Yeah,
I'm on the
wait.
YouTube page just pulled up.
Would somebody not get an Ash from Pallet Town joke?
There's some
Is there
diehard
anybody
Digimon
in
fans
chat
out
right
there.
now who would have been confused with that joke? I need to know.
There
You
are
never
diehard
know.
Digimon fans.
Now,
Digimon?
you
Digimon?
guys
Digimon.
might not know this, but it is Erin's birthday pod. So we're going to sing her a little ditty of happy birthday. Feel free to join in. This is going to be so delayed. You guys would start singing way later.
It's gonna be so delayed, yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Erin. Happy birthday to you.
There were like so
GG,
many
guys.
different
That was some
voices,
great
and not
A.
a single one was in sync. It was so.
I was about to say.
Thank you. Good.
I
wait
loved
for it.
it.
Whenever there's a day when it happens in sync, it'll be really sad and also impressive. It'll be both at the same time.
Yeah.
And now
It'll be
people are going to start singing it right now.
Yeah, now they're all going.
That delay.
Thank you all so much. That was beautiful. I loved it. Thank you.
Hard.
If you've never joined us, actually, no. Before we go into talking about, whatever, I want to give a shout out to the wonderful David Valdiva, I believe is your name. It's what it says on the picture, but the lovely fan art that was our splash screen for this manga pod was submitted to our subreddit, and we just loved it so much. It was great, so we wanted to
Yeah,
use it for a
so
splash
cute.
screen and give you a little shout out. So thank you so much for posting that. We absolutely love it. Thank you. It's so good. It's so great. You should go check out the subreddit. If you didn't see it, go and look. It's great. It's a good picture.
Reddit.com/r/mangapod.
The link is in the description down below.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, everybody's saying you happy birthday.
Oh my god, there's so many hearts.
There are.
Aw, thanks, everybody. I appreciate it so much. So, for my birthday pod, I chose for us to read Pandora Hearts, chapters 1 through 18, volumes 1 through 4. If you've never joined us for a manga pod before, what we like to do is give you a short, spoiler-free description of the manga that we read, and then also give you our spoiler-free recommendations, whether we think you should spend time reading it or not. And then after that, we will go super in-depth with all of the spoilers. We'll give you a warning beforehand. If you don't care about spoilers, feel free to hang out and stay with us, but otherwise, you're the only one to blame. And do not...
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
We don't care. It's your fault.
It's all you. So, also, keep in mind that we have only read chapters 1 through 18 of Pandora Hearts. We did not read anything past that, and I believe I am the only one here who has seen the anime. So do not post any spoilers for that or for the source material, because the source material in the anime follows the manga pretty much exactly. So don't post anything about the anime that doesn't coincide with what we read as well. So, and do not even
Or
pretend
you
to
get
spoil,
banned.
because you get banned. We got banners in here. So
Banner.
be careful.
We have the
We
authority.
got banners.
We have banners.
Happily banner.
Happily banner.
You've been happily banned. Suck it.
Happily banned you.
Oh my god, I need that on a shirt.
Happily banner.
You've been happily banned.
And just have you like pointing, like a little chibi version of yourself, just pointing somebody to walk away.
No, she needs to be like a little police officer.
Oh,
Little
Ah.
chibi police officer Aaron. Oh.
my little hat and a
Yeah.
taser.
We'll make
Giant
millions.
like band hammer.
It would be precious.
So
Dakota, will you read us a Dr. Dakota description?
our little synopsis.
I'm offended by that.
Yeah.
You're not the one being called that.
Dr. Dakota.
No, I'm offended because I took 4 years out of my life to get a PhD in anime.
PhD in anime. Oh boy. Fun. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of the. Fuck damn it, I'm done.
Yeah,
I quit. I'm done.
yep,
That's
Yep,
all
you
right.
fit in.
Yep,
You
good.
fit in
No, the
perfect.
story behind
You fit in
Pandora
perfect.
Hearts. The air of celebration surrounds a 15-year-old boy, Oz Vizaliz's coming of age ceremony, quickly turning to horror when he is condemned for a sin about which he knows nothing about. He is thrown into an eternal he is thrown into an eternal, inescapable prison known as the Abyss, from which there is no escape. There he meets a young girl named Alice, who is not what she seems. Now that the relentless cogs of fate have begun to turn, do they lead on? Only crushing despair for Oz. I've made no sense now. Or is there some shred of hope? Is he fucked or is he not fucked? Stay tuned.
Perfect. That's great.
That was great. So that's our spoiler-free description. Let's go ahead and give our spoiler-free recommendations. Would anybody like to go first? If not, I can go first.
Shotgun not.
I can go.
Hit it.
The only thing that I knew about this manga going in was that it had elements of it that were based off of Alice in Wonderland, which is something that typically I love. So I was like, oh, this will be interesting to read like another manga that's kind of based on that. And it wound up being really interesting. There are a lot of things that happen that kind of throw you in a good way. And I thought that it kept me engaged and it kept me wanting to know more about what was going on and the characters and everything. So I enjoyed it a lot. I would definitely recommend it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I said last week at the end of MangaPod when we announced that this was what we were reading that I had watched the anime, and I absolutely adore the anime for the most part. So going into Pandora Hearts, I was expecting to thoroughly enjoy it, and I definitely did. Reading it just reinforced everything that I loved about the anime and more, and it's just so... The world is just so captivating. There's a lot of twists. Some of them you kind of expect, some of them you don't. But even if you do expect them, they're still really interesting and fascinating. And I love the characters and their interactions and their chemistry are just really well written and really well done. And the art is also really pretty, especially if you enjoy that gothic Victorian look. So I highly recommend it. And honestly, spoiler alert, it is one of my favorite manga that we have read so far. So this is mine.
I didn't like it very much.
Oh!
I think if, like Aaron said, if you're into the gothic Alice in Wonderland with shotas and stuff, then
No.
with weird face.
No.
Hey, okay,
No, do
I don't
not-
mean that sexually. He's just young.
He's 15!
Okay.
He's a 15-year-old kid.
He looks younger than that.
The story starts off with Oz's coming of age story because he is now 15.
Yes, but there's like 19-year-old girls who look like lollies. It's anime. It happens.
Yeah, but don't misrepresent this as being like a fan service Shota thing.
I'm not saying it's a fan service. I'm saying he's young. And it's got, I don't know, those faces that it does sometimes. I didn't really enjoy it all too much. But if you're into that kind of thing, yeah.
When you say faces, do you mean like like the little like chibi like funny faces they do every now and then?
Yeah, the chibi funny faces.
God, I
love
fucking
that.
love that shit.
I love it. I
Right?
think it's great.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I don't know. It felt like to me that I had read this manga many times before. It felt like just a combination of a lot of different things I've read, and didn't really do anything for me.
I think that I really enjoyed the manga. I sat down and read 4 volumes in a row of it, and I didn't really have a stopping point because I wanted to keep going. It does have a good like Alice feel to it, a little gothic feel to it. I really like the characters are a good point in it too, giving a lot of good character development, character points. On top of this, the story is pretty cool. I think the thing that stands out though is probably the badass little scenes they have. Of where freaking Alice goes berserk.
Don't spoil
Oh
anything.
yeah, spoilers.
That's not a
Don't-
spoiler. She's saying she's badass. I'm just saying she's
Fight
badass.
scenes are good. Yeah.
There we go.
Don't be a rotten bacon butt.
Yeah, don't be a rotten bacon butt, dude.
I'm so lost right now. I don't know what that means. But there's a lot more to it. The description didn't really do it a lot. There's like a lot more details you can go into it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you recommend it?
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
I recommend it. I'm buying it.
Perfect. So, that is as spoiler-free as this manga pod is going to get. So, if you care about spoilers and don't want to be spoiled, then please take your leave now. You can go and read the manga, and then you can come back and watch the VOD of this on my channel right here, youtube.com/happily_Aaron. That was basically. I should just add like a burp to the end of my name. As somebody recommending this manga, I do say that there's a lot of twists, and I would not want to be spoiled on what happens in this.
Oh yeah.
So if you are considering at all reading it, then you should definitely go and read it and then come back.
Leave now.
So 5
Happily
second
banner
countdown.
ban you.
5, 4,
4,
3,
3.
2, 1. Get out of here.
Alice is God.
This is good.
So, can I open up the spoiler thing?
Yeah, hit it.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh my god, the time skip though! Holy crap!
Yes, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that because I already knew it was coming.
I felt like I was when I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, I'm probably the only person who didn't catch that this was a thing. Because like
either.
he kept talking about how Raven reminded him so much of Gil, and I was like, oh man, they're probably like related, right? Like that would be cool if they were related. And then there's the same person. I was like, ah! I got so excited because like, oh, but at the same time I felt so sad because Gil's been through so much over 10 years, and like to reconnect that way and still be like, can we still be best friends even though I'm like 25 now? Like it's, it I don't know.
It adds another
yeah,
level
he's
of
not gonna-
tragedy to the story.
I will admit that was probably the most interesting part. When we got to like, it's been 10 years in the future, I'm just like, I love when things do this.
Me too.
You know what I thought it was?
Time skips. A+.
I could have swore like there were so many different worlds in that show. I could have swore it was like an alternate universe where there was like an adult Gil or something.
Yeah.
Granted, it was a time skip, which is basically
Sorry, I was gonna say there were some times where I was like, our alternate universe is happening right now. Are
Yeah.
we still in the same place? Which they kept saying that we would kind of like skip dimensions, but it seemed like in this sense dimensions were like pockets off of reality. It wasn't like a full new reality, So I had to kind of figure out what they meant when we were in different dimensions and different areas, and like the abyss.
Like,
I was
is
like, oh fuck.
Yeah, like
It's like, is this a dream or is this another dimension? Or
there's just so much
is-
happening that you're like,
or is it like just did somebody slip something in my drink at this party?
Am I drunk? I don't know.
So that's what it was last night. Oh.
but no, I remember, I'm glad that you guys reacted that same way because when I was watching the anime, I was like, what? What? Like, I felt that same way because it's interesting the way that it's written because Gil has aged, but Xerxes and Sharon didn't
Have
change.
not. Yeah.
So you're like, when
That's
it
what
happens,
threw me off.
it's like, yeah, it throws you off. And I have to be very careful not to be a rotten bacon butt because not
You
only
read
have I
ahead.
seen the anime, I also read ahead in volumes than what we were supposed to read.
Oh, Aaron, no.
But in my defense, I can just go to the wiki because the episodes are listed out, and the anime follows the manga pretty much exactly. I was saying, fun fact, for those of you, I have said this before, that the Pandora Hearts anime has one of the worst endings I have ever seen. I was interested to see what we are reading, like up to what volume, or like what episode we've read up to. And in the 18 chapters that we read up to episode 15. And there are 97 chapters of the manga. So there's only 25 episodes of the anime. So you can definitely see why all of a sudden the ending was not
got
the
a
best
little
ending.
cut off. Yeah.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, so I still loved that part. It was one of those twists that you're just like, it just was so fascinating because you look back on it and you're like, how did I not get that? Like, how did I not for sure clue into that at first?
And the other thing that I got really excited and then I was like, was in her memories when we saw the blonde-haired guy with the braid. I was like, oh my god, what if that's Oz? And there's another time skip inside of the time skip. And then they saw him and he was like, Oz? And I was like, I'm a freaking genius! But then it wasn't Oz. I was like, damn it.
This table flip right there.
Yeah.
So good.
Because I thought the same thing. I was like, I got this. I can predict this next plot twist. No, I can't.
Nope.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on.
He was like,
I don't know.
It felt so cool for like a fraction of a second.
Thing, though. That is a thing, though. This one thing about this manga, though, is it's a lot to take in. There's a lot of questions I still have. A lot of characters introduced all at once.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was back when they were trying to like go back and save Alice. That was the point where everything was kind of clustered fucked together. Yeah. I was like, you can either get on the train and understand us, or if you don't know what's going on, then yeah.
So much. Yeah, because it's one of those things where every single answer you get brings up 10 new questions. Like every single reveal, all of a sudden you're like, but how did this happen? Like, how?
Here's my question.
There? Yeah.
Gil's there. Where's his sister?
Oh.
Is she in there?
Oz's sister?
Yeah, it's like I didn't see her.
They haven't said anything.
Oh my god, I forgot that she was a character.
Well, I know.
Because Oscar comes back.
Oscar comes back, just like nothing happened. Yeah. Like, oh, it's been 10 years. What's up, kid?
I was kind of upset that
I was having some tears there for a minute.
Yeah, that their reunion was so just like, oh, lol, my uncle's here. I was like, oh, come on.
I did like how Gil is like terrified of. That's something I love about like the character development. It's weird because like we have this time skip, and so we're learning all about this new Gil, but he's so similar to just the snippet we saw in like the first two chapters, and I just love how that's carried over. But there's definitely more darkness to him now. Yeah, and I love that he's still like. He's just, like, super anxious and terrified of Oscar because he betrayed the family. So he's like, fuck no, I'm out.
I know, and then Oscar's like, you're like a son to me, come here. I was like, ugh. I didn't cry, but I felt like crying in my heart.
I felt it, yeah. And the fact that he's still terrified of cats. And so,
I was like, are you kidding me? Come on.
Oz voiced everybody's thoughts when it's like, we said Cheshire, like, 15 times. That means cat. You stupid.
It was, oh my god. It's like, I have to find a cat?
Like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah, so let's, I'm trying to figure out. There's just so much I want to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about first, how about this? I'll throw one out there. Yeah. Alice.
Yes. What are your thoughts on Alice?
Okay, thoughts on Alice's character, because she's probably one of the most like not charismatic, but like most characters like interesting. There we go, that's the word. I think personally, I like her character because I like the whole like angry. I'm gonna be mad. Oh, look, there's food.
Yeah.
I want the food, and then the face changes, and I'm like, oh,
She's
So like
cute.
she's
like
like
the
that.
drop of a hat.
She's that instinctual character trope, where it's just like somebody who acts on what their emotions are right now, always.
Oh yeah.
And like that's always an interesting character because they act as like the supreme honesty in the situation.
Yeah. Like when she, that was kind of with her. I love the moments between both her and Gil and her and Oz. Just like I love the moments between Oz and Gil. Like the character relationships, I think, are so fascinating just because of how they interact in their dialogue with one another. And I really adore the scene between Oz and Alice in front of the fireplace. Yeah, I love that part. That was one of the whole like, because we see the whole the idea of the contractors, illegal contractors, and the chains, and when your time is up, you get taken into the abyss. So we saw that first time with the flower girl. But it didn't really hit me how dark the manga could get until the part with the dad and the boy, the dad and the kid. And what I absolutely loved about it too is how they were bringing Oz. Like, a lot of manga would take a while to like, oh, Oz has this severe trauma between his dad, but like they're bringing it all out in the open to kind of give the fact that this is a reason for his character too, while also he's dealing with it. And I loved the way they brought it up. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I need to get over this. It's obviously still affecting him, and it made his character that much more interesting to me.
Question.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this is I'll wait till after you get done because this is kind of off topic.
Oh,
We're on topic, but it's off. It's about the. You just go ahead.
Just ask. Just
Give
ask.
me like. Just tell me when I'm okay.
Okay.
All that I was gonna say to like hop off of that was that at first I was like, I don't know about Oz's character because he was such a like, I'm always happy, nothing can bother me, everything's totally fine, don't worry about all these crazy things that are happening to me, I'm just gonna deal with it. And I was like, no, I don't like that. I was like, I need you to be a bit deeper than that, or I need like a reason. And I feel the same way. I liked that they brought up kind of this weird like abandonment trauma with him, and like how he's just like, well, I'm just gonna keep living, even though like everybody feels like I shouldn't even be alive and I'm a waste. Like, it was just like, all right, well, that gives me something to grab onto, right? To like connect his character. And I did like that we had that whole scene with the dad that made the illegal contract for him to just like lose it. Like, it's obviously like a trigger for him. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. And then, oh, sorry, Dakota, you had a thing.
Wait, you, me.
Oh, I was just
you,
gonna, you go ahead.
You, me. What?
You.
What a dick. What? I'll flip a coin. I'm not sure. No, I'll go. The thing about me, I have a question though. In the first 4 volumes of this manga, is it explained who was in that cloak at the very beginning, where which made Gil like hop in front of him and say, "Hey, don't."
No.
Oh, Zwei?
No. Zwei is the one who took over Gil. I think.
See, that's gonna drive me crazy though,
But
because I need to know.
No, they haven't revealed that yet.
I want to know. I have
the
an
one
idea.
where like Gil runs up and says, "Why are you doing this?" And then he like the
Rips
lightning
off the cloak.
flashes,
Or-
and
yeah.
Gil sees who it is, and Oz comes with the sword and ends up cutting Gil because Gil's protecting who's ever.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
haven't
what
revealed
that?
that.
What's that?
Oh, I thought maybe, I didn't look to check, but I thought maybe that was the same guy that they were like, he's the last of that line. He's that guy. I didn't look to check the faces to see if they were similar, though.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't really reveal who it was.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight because that's gonna drive me crazy.
I know. I just want to keep reading. Dazza, what do you think about Oz?
What?
I didn't like him very much.
Yeah, I would say Oz is like one of the weakest characters.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much what Dodger said. You know, there wasn't much to grab onto in terms of personality. And then it's kind of like, oh, you know, he's been through this amazing abyss and all this crap and all this sort of stuff, and he's coming out like, yay, and then happy faces, you know. But, like, again, like you said, with the whole father thing, that was like, but
I'm hoping that like it's apparent that everybody has a lot of different agendas going on.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm hoping that as different things are revealed in terms of what everyone wants, because it seems like everybody's going toward the same thing, but you have no idea why. Like, you don't know why people are interested in the will of the abyss. You don't know why people, like, what Oz is useful for and why everybody needs him. Like, you're not sure.
What's he a key for?
He's like the key to the abyss, right? Or the key to Pandora.
The will of
Apparently,
the abyss. He's the key to the will of the abyss.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well,
exactly.
Stay tuned.
They've been implying, right? They've been implying that the will of the abyss was possibly created by Alice, because the Cheshire Cat world was created by her, and the Cheshire Cat is acting as a protector to the will of the abyss, which makes you think that the will of the abyss must be directly connected to Alice. So it's like, oh my god, there's just so many like strings. Yeah, there's strings everywhere.
So much you have to connect. You're like,
It's like walking into a cobweb.
Yeah.
Or spider web. And you're just like, this is it. No, this is it. This is it. This is it. No, I got it. No.
And then winding up in an abyss. Yeah.
Yeah, and then winding up in an abyss where you make a contract with the bunny girl. I was wondering about the contract between Oz and
Alice.
Bunny girl.
Bunny girl.
No, Usagi. No, I was wondering between them, like what, like she can't use her full potential because it will tear up his body or something like that. Like,
it's been sealed. Gil, who has Gil, I think he uses I don't know for sure, but Gil seals it, and then he has to release it. That's why you'll see Gil like grab Oz's head, and so he has to release it, and when he releases it, then Alice can use it.
Oh, I didn't entirely get that either. I thought that maybe it was sealed because of that scene when he told her to stop, and she was just like rendered completely useless. I was like, wait, was that never undone? Like, she's just like completely useless now until he's like, okay.
Yeah, no, if you go back, you'll see like that. Though I think in the scene with the father, is that the one you're talking about? The scene with the illegal contractor dad? Yeah, that's when he's able to control it for the first time himself. So, but otherwise, like, it's still implied that he can't. It's still not in control enough, so it's implied that Gil is continually still controlling it, like blocking it and stuff like that.
Talking about Gil for a second, because I
Gil.
love him. I love that he's called Raven because he literally made a contract with like a horrible demon raven. Just like, you're crazy. Like, shit. I wasn't completely aware of it until like near the end, and maybe they hadn't really talked about it much until the end, but that for the most part all of the chains are like some sort of an animal form.
Yes.
Hi, Dave. Hi, David.
Hi.
My salad in the fridge. Thank you.
I'm surprised he didn't walk in without a shirt on. Doesn't he normally do that?
I accidentally, all of our doors locked now, and I accidentally locked it, so he couldn't get.
Whoops.
But
just as planned.
Yeah, that the chains.
All the chains tend to have animal forms, right?
The legal chains. You'll notice.
Right. Yeah. Well, but Alice is an illegal chain, and she's a rabbit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All of the other illegal chains, though, are pretty disgusting.
Oh, like the giant doll and all that shit? That was gross.
My God.
I was not into that. I forgot that existed.
Stuff that happens. That's the thing. Like, the manga doesn't play around. There's so many events that happen in what we read that I, like, can't remember exactly what order they all happened in. There's, like, the part when they went back to the mansion and you found out that there's been the time skip. And then they go back to the grave, and they have that really wonderful scene between Oz and Gil that I absolutely adore. But then they have the part where Alice gets trapped or something like that. Like, there's a part where
Oh, when
she
she
has to
like
fight
accesses a memory.
Yeah, and she has to fight the creepy bunny doll thing with the swirly eyes. That you're just like, ah!
Dude, I do really like. I know that a lot of artists do like kind of that style, but I love the look of the switch from like when everything's totally happy and fine to like when something obviously sinister like evil is going on. I really like the way that the art switched that way because it was so evident and it felt so it fit the style of the story and the manga in general because the story is so like fantastical that the sinister moments felt very caricatured, you know, and just like dark.
Yeah. Very Alice in Wonderland-y.
Yeah.
But
this manga is like
maybe that's the point. Ooh.
Wow.
There's like I think the thing that confused me is like my favorite scene in like the whole manga is I'm not used to MangaPod. This is weird. I got talking about manga and like what happened on a page. No. My favorite part though has to be right when there was like she was like finding the mouse and she was like looking at it and like he was like talking and he just goes no, don't eat that, don't eat that.
Yes.
That was my favorite part in the whole manga for some reason. It was so hilarious.
So good. I do like the cute little humor. Like it's obviously evident that the manga is not a comedy. Yeah. But there's definitely enough little lighthearted moments always between like the characters that it's enough to break up the tension just enough for you to find the characters not too dragged down by the tragedies that are happening with them.
Yeah,
it's
so
very
it
balanced.
Doesn't feel like a weird emo manga where you're just like, God, I can't.
I can't read anymore.
Yeah, I'm done.
What did you guys think about? Let's talk about the relationship between Gil and Oz. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I can automatically assume that there's going to be like there's probably already fan fictions on the internet.
I was about to say it does seem like a pseudo
it seems pretty obvious.
I don't get me personally. I don't feel any romance though. I don't see it as romance.
Oh no.
But I can definitely. There's obviously going to be.
There are some diehard fans that are going to take it.
Like another manga we've read, it's always the older guy that smokes that's always the one that falls in love with the younger male character.
What other manga have we read?
Alice. Are you Alice?
Oh, Are You Alice? That's true.
Where Gil basically looks exactly like the Mad Hatter from Are You Alice?
That is true. I didn't think about that. That's really funny.
They actually had a hat in the flashback or whatever with Gil's flashback. There was a hat that looked like a Mad Hatter hat. And I was like,
maybe he is the Mad Hatter.
Maybe he is.
No, because we saw.
Maybe Alice is late for a very important date.
Very last chapter.
The very last chapter.
Very last page.
The Mad Hatter.
Shh! Don't ruin this for me.
Nope, I'm ruining it.
Have you finished the 4th volume yet?
Yeah, Dazzle, did you finish?
I did finish, thank you very much.
Dazzle's like, I gave up.
I couldn't do it anymore.
Damn it, Wikipedia, help me out.
But no, I think the relationship between Oz and Gil is very fascinating. Just I don't know. There's like different ways you can look at it. You can look at it as they are best friends and they're very besties, but then it's also like, how codependent is it? Like, where is it? Where's the line? Like, just there's so much that's just happening. There's some stuff I can say, but it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on it before, but like, I think that the relationship's interesting because Gil is so much older now, but he still fought so hard to get Oz back, but like Oz doesn't have those 10 years of like maturing and learning and growing as a person, whereas Gil has like, he's obviously the same person, but he's transformed in a lot of ways that anybody would transform after 10 years, you know? So I keep wondering if there's going to be, like right now it's all like, oh, but I'm wondering if there's going to be a point where it's just like, oh.
Like, he made a contract with a demon raven in those 10 years.
To, like, save Oz.
To save Oz.
Well, we had his,
and then he comes back, like,
we had his flashback. We had Gil's backstory after.
Oh my god. With fucking Vincent.
Guys, I'm just saying, read, like, the next 3 chapters. Just because of...
I honestly flipped through a few pages of the next manga because I couldn't, like, I had to, like, at least glance at pages and, like, have something...
Yeah. Vincent.
I was really surprised that Vincent is the dormouse. I was like,
yeah.
I wonder It's weird because like in every other Alice in Wonderland iteration, the Dormouse is so like does not even flash on the radar.
Yeah.
He's just like a sleepy drunk mouse, right?
Yep.
And I was like, they still incorporated the weird narcolepsy aspect, but he's like a psychopath. So I'm going, how is this gonna get weird?
I thought you said psychopath for a minute.
Psychopaths.
Not about fanboy. No, but the thing is for me is that Oz's character is like I hate it and I love it. I hate it because it's just not interesting to me. Most of his motivations. The cool thing about him though is that he's smart and he outwits a lot of the situations. And he like the moment I saw like where I actually started liking his character was when he goes the freaking doll guy. Who's his face again? The
Xerxes.
Break.
Xerxes
Break. That's it.
I
Break.
love him.
Where he's like, "Hey, I wouldn't trust Alice. You don't know anything about her, and she's not telling you the truth." He's like, "Well, you're not telling me everything, so I shouldn't really trust you, should I?" And he's like, "Touche." I was like,
Fucker.
"You little shit."
We'll come back to this later.
The moment I did like the part where Break looked at Oz and was like, "Where are you, you creepy little kid?" Like that part, I was like, "What does that mean?" Because it seems like
they keep referencing that too, but
like,
not explaining it.
So many lines that you would think like some of them you're like, "Oh, that holds importance," and then the others you're like, "That holds. That's important. When are they gonna explain what this means?" So I agree. I think Oz is like I absolutely love Oz, but I do agree that he is the weakest character out of all of them. But I am finding it like interesting in watching him from what we first saw about him and watching him grow throughout the chapters that we're seeing, like just learning more about his character, I think, and watching him react to the situations around him and slowly like just in different parts, like you can see the facade that he's put up like breaking in random like little bits slowly. And so it's just the entire psychological part of the manga is really interesting to me, I think, because you have not only do you have all of these mysteries that are intertwining and like you getting, like I said, you get one answer and then 10 questions, but you also have all of these different characters who you, like you guys were saying, you don't know what their intentions are on a lot of them. And it seems like a lot of them are hella messed up. So you're like, what are they going to do? How is this going to affect what's happening in the future? Like how did this affect what happened in the past? Like, did it affect what's happening in the past? Like, what happened in the past? And so it's just so much, like, so interesting.
What is the past?
What is the past?
What is the past?
Main thing for, like, Oz, the only thing I could say that has going for Oz's character, the only thing is his backstory and his relationship growing with Alice. I don't really see anything else motive, because if he gets over his father, mom and dad never loved me. You know, if he gets over that, who the fuck cares? Nobody. Yeah. We're more a bit worried about Gil than anything.
His mom was murdered.
Yeah.
I think his mom probably was like his one source of comfort, and then she was murdered. That's how it's seeming.
Something in the abyss.
Oh, well, they said she was murdered by one of the I can't even remember their names. Gil's last name. Whatever Gil's last name is. Yeah.
Gilbert Nightray. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And who are the guys in the cloaks again?
They're
the Pandora. They're not the Pandora, are they?
They're the Baskervilles,
The Baskervilles, the guys in the cloaks.
Yeah.
Whenever
they were
the
the other.
All I could think about was Sherlock.
Yeah,
And the Hounds of Baskerville, and it was doing my head, and I was like, are they turning into dogs? What's the connection?
Yeah, I keep wondering if one of them is going to have a dog chain. Lol. But yeah, because the Baskervilles were one of the 4 dukedoms, right? And then their kingdom was like pulled into the abyss, or just pulled into a pit.
No, they caused the one city to be pulled into the abyss.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to remember. I don't think they were one of the 4 dukes. I think they were like a house outside of the 4 dukes. I'm trying to remember. It's so complicated. There's so much happening, especially with the addition of Jack and this whole like
Jack. Who's Jack? Oh, I need to know.
Yeah. the whole like addition of the Cheshire Cat and everything we're learning with him. And can we? Okay, not to like skip topics, but can we talk about Xerxes' break? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on Xerxes' break, Mr. Break.
I don't know. I don't feel anything about him yet because he's just like the conniving crazy guy, right?
Yeah.
And like it was kind of evident that he was probably going to be the Mad Hatter because he's so just like, I do whatever I want. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like as far as we've read, we haven't been given enough answers about him to be interested. I don't know. Like you have to be given something, right, to be like intrigued.
Yeah.
And I feel like all we've been given is like a crazy character, you know?
Yeah.
So I know that he's going to be more interesting. It just hasn't happened for me yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's probably a lot of the actual manga is that there's so much here that we've got as groundwork so far, but none of it's really opened up.
Blossomed, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like on it at the moment, is because it hasn't really shown through. Is that right?
Yeah.
Shown through. Shown through.
Shown through. I think that's how you would say that.
Grammar, we good at MangaPod.
Murder.
We can word. We know how to English.
Words to English.
We English real hard. Okay, somebody in
Grammar.
the non-ears said that Basker, that they aren't one of the four. They fought the four families. So that's what, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But they were a family. The basketballs
They are a family. But,
Okay.
yeah. But they were not one of the four dukes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
I think
like,
the
we
main
want to be
thing-
one of the four dukes.
We want to be,
There can only
but
be
we
four.
want to be one of the four dukes.
That's why there's four, because there can only be four.
There can only be four. You gotta kill one of them. You gotta take over.
Is that a baby? You better not have that.
Oh,
You're
hell no, you
done.
gotta
That's
have
out.
a baby.
Yeah, that's like, there's so many just different factors coming in that, like you guys are saying, we barely scratched the surface of everything. Like, there's all these different families. There's this past, these memories that we're getting randomly that we're just like, how do we make sense of all of these and everything? It's just...
Yeah, I also I'm really intrigued to know about I really love stories where somebody's memories are gone and it turns out like they work so hard to get those memories back and it turned out that they didn't want them in the first place. Like they were the ones that worked so hard to get rid of them. And the second that they were like, oh, Alice created this place so that she wouldn't have those memories. I was like, no, what happened to you? I'm assuming that she lost people because...
Well, she was murdered.
Well,
I would want to forget that too.
She's so, like, scared of...
Really? Would you?
Yeah.
Someone, like...
Unless it was like a nice death, like being murdered. I don't know how it to be murdered. Nice.
A nice being
polite
murdered.
murder?
That,
I mean,
it's
I'd be
like,
fine with
oh, I was murdered. I'm happy.
If you were
about
like,
that.
if you were like
okay
really
with this,
adorable,
yeah.
like if I was murdered by Aaron or Dodger or like, I would like, you
Not
know what?
Daza.
I can remember that. If I was murdered by Daza, I'd be like, you know what? These into the abyss, into the abyss.
Just let me go! Don't want to remember.
I love you, Daza.
Really fast,
I would
Dakota
kill
has
you
to...
by drinking.
Huh?
Huh?
I'd kill him by drinking. It's the easiest way.
I was gonna say Dakota has to leave us here at 8:20, so I just want to give him a chance to give his final thoughts and ratings, and then we can go ahead after he's taken his leave and like shout it out and stuff. We can give our final thoughts and like talk about art and stuff because we haven't really done that either. So Dakota, you want to give your final thoughts and your rating, and then you can shout out your stuff. Yay!
I'm trying to like talk over God of War going on beside me.
Oh no!
It's God
Get
of
out
War.
of here,
It's gonna
God
make
of War.
noises.
Gotta work it out.
I'm as happy as that Dark Souls too.
Pray to our one true Lord, Haruhi.
I was kidding. Oh yeah. No.
Where's the sun?
I think if I'm gonna wrap this up,
Praise God.
I really enjoyed the manga. I really did. I don't read a lot of manga. I'm happy I did this because I can read a lot. I can read some manga. I know, and it's pretty interesting because they have backstory. They have things you want to find out. They have a lot of questions you want answered, all that do frustrate you. Art style, I had my ifs about. It's good. Don't get me wrong. They have good stuff in there. The thing I didn't really necessarily. There's parts in this manga. Fuck the anime manga. There's parts in this manga where I did not like how it was drawn, and it seemed kind of not done good. This is basically compared to manga I've already read before. So based on like my low experience with manga, I like it. I want to read more. Yeah. Favorite character is Gil. Second favorite character is Alice, because Alice is actually a badass.
Oh, great.
Like, she is really like one of my favorite characters in that show, just because she's so spot on to the moment, like in the moment thing going on. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what to say. Somebody asked me something.
What's your favorite color?
Wait, coral blue, number 87.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good.
I'm not sure if that's a real SpongeBob
What would you rate it?
We need hex codes.
Hex codes.
What would you rate it overall? What would be of just what we read? What would you rate it on a scale
out
of 1
of 10?
Chapters out of 10? I'd give it a 7.9, 8.1.
There's no one between that. That's just an 8.
No, 7.9 or 8.1. That's what he's doing.
That's what we're sticking with.
An 8 is too overrated.
That's awesome.
No, it's good. It's good. It's like an 8. I'd give it an 8 so far. Seriously, I assume it only gets better.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? The cliffhanger at the end of the volume 4. Holy fuck!
With Mad Hatter and Break being like, "It's time to punish you" or something. I was like, "Shit."
Yeah. My thing though is I'm really confused. Maybe Aaron, you've read all the manga, right?
I haven't read all the manga. I've just seen the anime.
Because I remember I looked it up online, and there's like these like prelogs to it, and I'm just like, I started reading those, and I'm like, I am so lost right now. I have no idea what is life, what is the Pandora, what? I'm so confused.
Oh, I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody explain to me right now in the comment section below. Somebody help. I need help. What are the prelogs?
Like the prelogs? What?
It's weird. It's like 0.5. It's like 1 point. So I don't know what's going on.
You had the actual volumes, didn't you?
I read the
you
actual
find it
volume. I got frustrated with trying to read it online. I went out and like read them at a store and then almost bought them.
That was loud. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is actually. So
it must be like Homer Kids or something.
Yeah.
I think the people in the comment section below will like it. Oh, so shout out my stuff before I leave.
Yeah.
I am Dakota Broskie from the D-Bar Anime Review. I do anime reviews. I do the anime drinking game. I get drunk to your pleasure, I'm sure. I do any new special. What else do I do? And random anime videos, like whatever you guys would feel funny and laugh, I'd put it up.
Yeah. You can find all of Dakota's stuff too in the link down below. It's all in
Dodger,
the description.
we had no idea you were gone. You were perfect. You were like
You were Kuroko. You were gone. You were gone. What? You were here the whole time. Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, you know what? It was fun. I'm happy I did it. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so happy to have you. You're great.
You should come back again sometime.
I actually may have a suggestion for Aaron and you guys know this. I'm not going to say anything yet, but we will talk about it.
Okay.
I have two. Am I even allowed to say it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yes. I don't.
Ow! What the?
Oh my
God, was
God,
that?
Aaron!
Sorry.
Jesus.
Every now and then, your mic is making like a piercing noise for just like a split second.
Oh,
that was the loudest one.
That was the worst one so
no,
far. Yeah.
That's so weird. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening.
It's okay.
No. I was talking about a manga called Cat Paradise. Fuck damn it! Get back up here, Aaron. No.
Yeah,
get back,
Cat Paradise.
Cat Paradise. About cats. It's awesome. We have to try it.
Yes.
Have you guys done my favorite manga yet?
What's your favorite manga?
What's your favorite manga?
Girlfriend X.
Oh God.
No, we haven't.
We got to.
Whenever your birthday is, we'll do it then.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
we'll do it on your
next
birthday,
time.
Dakota.
2015 hype train, because I'll have to force you guys to do it. I don't have to hold you down, man.
Oh my God! Listen, we've already did Kiss X, sis. We're open to anything now.
Oh, right on then. Next thing's left. Next time on MangaPod, To Love Darkness.
Oh God.
No, we're not. No. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys.
Bye bye, Dakota.
Bye, guys.
Hang on.
This is all gonna
Switch
get.
into the splash screen. No.
Oh,
Beforehand,
no.
I already fixed it for when Dakota would leave, but I have to wait till this little thing pops off first, and then we can go.
I think that'll take a while.
Just dance.
Won't it?
Just dance.
It's gone,
Just
isn't it? It's
dance.
gone.
First thingy to look.
Oh, I'll just switch back. His thingy is just there, so it's fine. Everything else is fine. There it went.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
Ah!
perfect. See, I was actually smart for once. I know, guys. I know. Be surprised. Be shocked. I know. I was
proud of
smart
you, Erin.
and had Dakota leave the call and then screen grabbed to have it for this, which is us, and then had him come back. And oh my God, it worked. I'm so happy.
The smarts.
You guys will
The
also
smarts
notice.
are so big.
You will also notice that
And
we've
we
been.
weren't late either, so...
Yeah, we weren't late.
That's
we
also
are
true.
incredibly smooth because I have a new PC and I was smart and thought ahead.
What's wrong with you, Erin? Are you sure you're actually Erin?
So proud.
This is what happens when
maybe-
you turn 25.
I was about to say, maybe you just become more mature.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a quarter of a century. Oh,
Quarter of a
boy.
century, man. Yeah.
No.
No, please, Spoopy, please.
Okay, yeah, let's touch on the art. Dakota touched on it right before he left, but what are your guys' thoughts?
I didn't think that there was anything like particularly special about it. Like I said, I really enjoyed the sinister moments. I thought that those were captured really, really well. I thought that costume design wise, I thought that everything felt like it fit in the same world. Like everybody had clothes where I was like, that's a lot of clothes going on, but it all suited what was going on. You know, everybody seemed like they were in the same world, which is sometimes hard.
And they also, like, all of it fit their personalities, too.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Yeah.
And I thought that the designs of the chains were cool because they weren't just animals. They were, like, skewed forms of animals.
Yeah. Creepy
And
dolls.
I liked the design of all of those, so.
Yeah.
I like the clock as well. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the clock was cool.
I
It
want that
reminded me of
tattoo.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I want that as a tattoo. Not really, but it'd be cool. But no, I
It just
think
ticks.
that's like another
Yeah,
thing.
when it starts ticking, I'd be like, ah!
I'd be terrified. Like, get it off of me!
You made a contract with the tattoo artist, Erin.
With the worst chain! That'd be the worst chain ever! Get me an otter at least. Come on.
Yeah, man.
No, but that's another thing, not to change the subject, but the clock, like, we barely even touched, like, the surface of that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a heavy element, but it's also getting, like, dropped down and then brought back up into the importance and then brought back. So it's like,
yeah, they were like, oh man, the clock. And like every now and then he like clutches himself
Yeah.
and you're like, oh no, what's going on with the clock? But you're right. When they're not addressing it, you completely forget that it's even a thing.
yeah. Which is interesting because it's like, are the characters kind of forgetting? Because there's just so much else happening. There's a lot that happened in what we read, but it also just feels like it's just the cusp. Like, we haven't really hit everything. But, yeah, just to go back to the art. I agree. I didn't think it was anything special. There were times where there was so much happening. I think it had to do also with, like, the scanlations. I think there was so much happening and a lot of detail, but it was too much at times.
It was kind of muddy.
Sometimes
It
fit,
was like the
when it was-
Shingeki no Kyojin problem.
Yeah.
like there were times where it fit, like especially in the Abyss. There were moments within the Abyss and also within Cheshire Cat's realm. Like I thought it fit pretty well, but it was still distracting at the same time because I was like, "What's happening here?" But I thought like the proportions of everything were really good. There was never anything that I felt like that looks really wonky. I can't tell if that's a hand or not. I thought like the proportions, and I thought that there was a lot of really creative, like a lot of really, I don't know, this is going to kind of sound really random, but stick with me. Maybe you guys have felt this before. But a lot of times when you're watching anime or reading manga, it definitely feels like there's the same poses, like the characters talk to each other the same way. They sit next to each other the same way. They're walking. Like there's very similar scenes. With this, there were times where I noticed that there was like instances of how the characters were talking or how they were standing next to each other, like the scene with Alice like leaning on Oz's back that just like stuck out to me as being a little bit more unique and just made me happy to see it. So it was just, there were moments like that felt like there was a little bit more like creative happening within it. And like with Gil and Oz, there's a lot of moments between them that I thought was great. Like, and this also doesn't go to just the art, but also just the little character like interactions with like Gil's hat, like constantly just giving it to him. Like that's something that's just like a cute little addition that is also shows their relationship really well. But I do think that like in terms of character designs, they're not super distinct. But I also at the same time, I really like the art for the most part and do think that, like, I do like the character designs for what they are, but I wouldn't say that's anything unique. But yeah, I do, and like saying that like there's times where it's way too detailed, there's also times where there's nothing there. And sometimes it's like, okay, obviously Oz is having like a trigger right now and it understands why there's just nothing behind him, why it's just completely white. But other times it was like, you could have added a little bit more background or detail to that too. So, but I liked the art overall. I wouldn't say it was bad or just okay. I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. So, Dazza, did you talk about the art?
I have the same feelings with Brooke again. It was just there. I didn't really particularly think it was standout-ish. I think the most nicest part to me personally was the tree. I thought the whole with the tree and the whole scenery with that. I thought that looked really nice. Yeah. And I thought the abyss looked interesting. It actually reminded me a lot of Alice Madness Returns. That part.
Yeah, I could see that.
But other than that, it didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't really like the like how they used the faces for the comedy aspect because I see that way too much sometimes, and I thought that felt a bit forced. But other than that, I don't really have any other feelings about it. It's not bad, but I didn't think it was particularly good either. So
fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Okay. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to touch on. We didn't really talk about Cheshire Cat at all. We brought him up here and there. Did anybody think?
I'm wondering whether or not Cheshire Cat, like, obviously used to just be like a normal fucking cat. Because like she sees the black cat and it's like, oh, that's like I don't even remember what the context was or what was said, but you can tell it's like the same cat. But when this realm was like created, he became this sort of guardian. And I'm wondering, I would love it if it turned out that her cat made a contract, like, to become like a knight of this realm. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe he's like somehow turned into a chain, like he's become a chain because Alice became a chain, like, I don't know. But I think it would be more interesting if like a totally normal house cat created a contract somehow, like, and that would open up a lot more possibilities in terms of like how contracts can be used and how deep they go into the world. So yeah.
Can you hear that dog in the background? I'm sorry about that.
No, I can't hear it at all.
Oh, good. That's even better.
Good. Quite good.
Oh, excellent.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, there's still a lot I want to talk about, but I think we're coming up on time, so I don't want to go too far more into it. So let's just wrap up and give our final thoughts and ratings. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because I was probably the more negative one about this. I just didn't find it all that interesting. That's basically the thing. It didn't grab me at any time.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the time travel aspect, but besides that, it was just like it was one of those times where I felt like, do I really have to read through this? And I think the first 25 chapters was probably some of the hardest I've ever read for MangaPod. Because I really did not like
25?
25.
We didn't read
25. 25 pages. Sorry.
Oh God, I was gonna say, Dazzy, you read way too much.
Yeah,
that's part of the problem.
Are you sure you didn't like it? Because you read like
No,
as
25
much as I
pages.
did.
With the whole coronation and everything, it was just really hard because I'm not into the whole royalty thing in the first place. So it's not done exceedingly well like Berserk is. I'm just like, not saying this is anything like Berserk, but like that's the only time I've actually really enjoyed the whole royalty aspect and kingdoms and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I said, it's not bad. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that enjoy it, like case in point. But it just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh, that's not. I was expecting way lower.
I was at least
No, because like I said, it's not bad. I'm sure there's people there that enjoy it, and objectively, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some aspects that are really quite interesting and deep. It's not like a lot of manga that we read that's just really on the surface, and that's what you see, what you get. There's a lot of differences, and there's a lot of discussion around it, which I think is really good. Just didn't enjoy it, so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can I say really quick, just because I thought about this? I haven't, so I've somehow managed to do a really good job of not being spoiled on most of what happens in the manga. But one thing that everybody will say, and a few things that I have read and agree with, everybody's like, just so you know, you're in the happy chapters right now. And I was like, oh shit. So that's another thing. So I hope that's another, like, I hope that we read more just because of that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay. I would give it an 8. I think the art again was not like super standout, but I liked the look of the manga in general, and it also had so many moments that made me go, wait, but and what about this? And I felt very involved because I was trying so hard to understand things in a way that I don't mean that as in like it was confusing. It was never confusing in a way where you can tell the mangaka didn't mean for it to be confusing, right? Like it was only ever confusing when it was meant to be. Yeah. And I enjoyed that. I like the mystery aspect of it, and of course there's time skip, and I was almost right about there being like 2 time skips in the same thing. So close. So I'm really excited to read more and find out the answers to like 20 plus questions, you know? So it was fun for me. I really enjoyed it.
So you're giving it an 8, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going this might be too much, but I'm going to give it, just because that's my birthday and I want to do what I want. Yeah. But I also feel this way. I'm going to give it a 9 because I absolutely loved it. I think there were definitely flaws. There was a few, like, things with the art, and I think that a lot of people could get really lost if they didn't pay close attention to it. But I also really love that fact. Like, I love how many layers there are, not only to the plot but also to the characters, in my opinion.
It's like an onion.
It's an onion. I love onions. And I think like there's just so much depth to the plot and the characters that we've barely scratched the surface of, and there's been numerous twists, and just how dark it's been and how dark it's getting and how I feel like it's not afraid to get. I'm just fascinated by it, and I'm completely engaged by the world and engaged by the characters' chemistry and their interactions, and I love the relationships between the characters and how they've been written. I find them really good and really unique in a lot of ways too. It doesn't just feel like a standard relationship that I've seen in anime and manga countless of times. So I'm going to give it a 9 because I think it is one of my favorite manga. I haven't finished it yet, so we'll see, but what I've read, it definitely is up there with one of my favorite manga. So I give it a 9. That's my prerogative.
Yeah.
I do what I want. So we all still recommend it. Dazzle, even though he didn't particularly enjoy it, still said that he would recommend it. Both Audrey and I recommended
I recommend it to people who enjoy it, not to everyone.
But you would still say to check it out.
Everybody read it.
Everybody's gonna. Hey, I say everybody read it. Everybody read it. Let's go ahead and give our description for what we are reading next week.
Okay. And I don't have my glasses because I broke them.
Has to guess. Oh, you broke your glasses? That's so sad.
No, it doesn't. Oh,
See, look,
Bye,
there's
Sakura.
like, there's like.
Oh,
that's really
classic
sad.
Giselle.
So, I'm
People are
sorry,
gonna be
but I
excited.
can
I
pretend.
can say that.
There we go.
Careful, don't hurt yourself.
Millions of years have passed since the time of legends, when the world of man and gods were still the same. In these times, it was the desires of men that moved the world. It is the period of the 500-year war, the era of warring states. It's warring, actually, not wearing. They're not wearing
I
each
thought
other.
you
They're
said
actually
wearing
warring.
I
steaks.
just got my cool state jacket.
I know. I was like, what? Anyway,
This manga is the story of a young boy who grew into a great general and all the trials and bloodshed that led him there. So it's basically Game of Thrones.
yeah, we're reading Game of Thrones,
We're reading Game of Thrones.
the manga.
I'm pretty sure we're reading.
The manga.
I would say it
Oh, are
probably
you
finished
done?
a
Oh,
lot
I
more.
thought we were just interrupting you. Okay, you're good. What's happening?
I was going to say, we'll probably finish the Game of Thrones manga before George R. R. Martin releases the next book, at least.
Lol.
Shots fired.
He's like a Tagashi.
Ah, back surgery. Poor Tagashi. I do feel bad.
I got so
But Hunter
flamed on
Hunter's
Twitter when
ending
I'm just
next-
like, of course Hunter x Hunter's going on hiatus. Of course it is. And someone's like, he's going for back surgery, dude. Back surgery. And I'm like, yeah, but it's Hunter x Hunter. It does that.
David's like, you don't need a back to draw manga.
Just take it out. It's fine.
It's like you just laying
Wow.
down.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'm so sad. Kuroko ended. Hunter x Hunter is ending next week. Gekken Shoujo Nozaki-kun is ending. Love Stage ended. I just
Oh my god. I
everything.
love Nozaki
Tokyo
so
Ghoul.
much. And
Tokyo
Tokyo
Ghoul.
Ghoul.
Thank you,
Oh my god, the
Nojer.
last episode of Tokyo Ghoul is so good.
I need to watch it. I need to watch it. I started reading the manga. The manga's pretty good.
Yeah.
The manga fills in a lot of details, especially towards like making you like the characters even more. Like there's just these little details with the characters that the manga fills in for you, especially between Kaneki and what's his friend's name? He something.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
The orange
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. Especially between their relationship. I've only read 5 chapters though, and the first 5 chapters are still the first episode of the anime. But
No, I was
it's
talking
really
to
good.
I was talking to Miana about it, and she's saying the same thing. And I'm just like, but it's better than the anime. How is that possible? Because the anime is so good.
The anime's so
Except if it wasn't censored.
Oh my God, I know.
I watched a scene of Tokyo Ghoul that was the uncensored Blu-ray, and it's so much better. You're just like,
Oh, because the first Blu-ray format, yeah.
Stop being like included and shit. It's gonna be amazing.
it's one of the scenes from episode 3, I think it is. You might know which one I'm talking about.
I will hate because Funimation, I don't know if you know this, Funimation actually gets the masters from Japan. And there's been a few times that they've gotten a few masters from Japan, but have been the censored masters, and then they just release that by accident.
They can't do that.
So, they can. They have done it before.
I'll lose it.
Oh yeah, nobody in chat has guessed the manga, which I'm incredibly shocked
Lou
by.
did. Lou guessed it.
That's because Lou went, since none of you have guessed it, I'm gonna say it.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'm actually surprised because tons of people, I get requests about this once a week of people being like, have you guys read Kingdom yet? Have you read Kingdom? You're not reading enough of Kingdom.
It's like Tower of God, except, you know,
What is
not
it with
Tower of
people
God.
and like kingdoms and towers? What is
and frickin' Titans.
And
That's all
manga and Titans. God.
Gosh.
Get off it.
For Kingdom, we are reading volumes 1 through 3 and chapters 1 through 30.
Cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Damn it,
Hey
bro.
guys, do you want to just? Are you all tired? How's it going? We can wrap up, shout out our stuff really quick, and then we will say a goodbye. I'm Anna Happily Ann. I am my YouTube channel, and now I do anime reviews and anime.
Oh, grab it! Oh, give me yours. Stop doing that. Oh, I'm crying now.
I do anime reviews and anime first impressions, as well as mental health awareness videos and a bunch of other little fun like tag videos and stuff. I haven't made a video for like a little while that hasn't been a vlog, but I have good reasons for that. You should check out my life / channel update video, where I also give you guys my schedule that I'm going to be doing, and I'm really excited about doing that. I have been super active on Twitter and Tumblr and Hummingbird, so if you do want to talk to me, then you can go and catch me on there and see all of my weird tweets about, what am I tweeting about lately? It's still Otters and Kuroko a lot of the time, but it's also a lot of Hunter x Hunter feels lately, because I have a lot of Hunter x Hunter feels lately. I'm really sad. So go and catch me on there. I also have an ask.fm. It's ask.fm/happily where you can ask me questions and I'll answer them and stuff. Sometimes with gifts and sometimes with just really weird photos that don't have anything to do with anything.
Yeah! Hi guys, I'm Dodger. I have 2 YouTube channels, youtube.com/pressheart-to-continue, where I do gaming stuff. I'm currently playing Hatoful Boyfriend, and it's been like the most amazing dating sim that I've ever experienced in my life. You should probably check that out. And the other one is Dexterity Bonus, where I do a daily vlog and talk about my cats and drink coffee and just chill. So I would love to have you at either or both of those places. And on all of the social medias, I'm at DexBonus, DEXBONUS. So come hang out. Yay.
Hi, I'm Dazza from, well, Dr. Dazza from Fighting for Nippon. Hello, Sakura. It's a wooden floor. It's a wooden floor. It's okay. It's okay. And I do anime videos, anime type videos and stuff. You can go check them out. They're really cool. Well, I assume they're really cool. I make them. I mean, I'm not biased or anything. It's just one of those things. I also have my second channel, which is the Dr. Dazza, which I at the moment am unloading a lot of my streams that I'm doing on Twitch. Which at the moment I'm playing through Katawa Shoujo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to remember that boobs are a thing.
I was gonna say, how's that been with censorship?
I made a splash screen that just says Kenji time. And if you've played Katawa Shoujo, you'll get Kenji. Have you played Katawa? Have you played Katawa Shoujo?
I have not.
You should. You should do it after I had a full boyfriend.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me to play it.
I really need to get Had a Full Boyfriend and play that too.
Oh, it's so good, Dazza. Every ending so far, I've been like, what? Like, they're just like, it's amazing. It's so good.
But yeah, so, and I'm also looking for a new VN to play after Katawa Shoujo. I've been recommended to play Dramatical Murder for some reason.
Yes!
So maybe I should do that. I don't know.
What about...
good luck. Yeah, if you're having trouble with nudity, good luck with all those sexy yaoi scenes you're about to encounter.
What about Spirit?
I actually found out that Dramatical Murder was made by Eurobutcher. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. For a second, I thought you meant the anime, and I was like, no.
No.
But yeah, no, yeah, I remember that now. I forgot about that. It's actually, like, story-wise, everybody raves about how really good it is. Like, everybody says really good. It's a really
Dramatical Murder?
It just has incredibly explicit sex scenes between
It's just like swords
one of
and
which
shields,
is a dog
swords
who
and
turns
shields.
into a man. One of them is just the guy and his dog who's a man.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I know about the dog scenes. Yeah.
I'm on Tumblr a lot. That's why I know that.
I have a Fujoshi for a girlfriend, so.
That'll also do it.
That also helps, yeah.
Yeah. If you would like to, once again, catch our lovely guest, Dakota, all of his stuff is in the description down below, as well as our drunk Russian friend who is out here. Stop getting drunk and being Russian or something. I don't know.
He's invading all the Ukraine.
Yoko, I'm mad at you. You couldn't be here for my birthday.
He wasn't here for my birthday either.
Oh, that's right. He better not be here for Dazza's. I will be mad.
Yeah.
He was here for my birthday.
I know he was. He better not be for the next one.
Oh, he was here for yours. Okay. I was gonna say, If he misses all of ours, he's out of the manga pod.
Yes.
Birthdays are sacred, Yoku.
We should kick him out on his birthday.
That's awful.
It's like at the end. And
Thank you for coming here today, Yoku.
Yoku's last manga pod. He's like, oh.
Right when we get one.
No.
Why?
Why?
Just kidding. We missed you, Yoku, but seriously.
Get your shit together.
Okay, we missed you. Thank you all so much for joining us for Pandora Hearts / my birthday pod. We really appreciate all of you being here and watching us live. Just continual support and all of that fun stuff. Join us next week here, same time, same place, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we will be talking about Kingdoms, volumes 1 through 3, chapters 1 through 30. We hope you all can join. And thank you so much for watching MangaPod. MangaPod. I really want some birthday pie, okay? That's all I'm saying. Bye.
Bye.